Is there anyone in the river of your life that is walking all over you and disrespecting you? My name is Heather Feather. I am the owner of Rare Bird Medicine, and today's topic is take a stand. I talk a lot about taking a knee. Heather likes to take a knee. I prefer to really kind of do my best, because I have an ego, to humble myself, to take in other people's stories of their suffering and to have empathy for it, and to have reverence for how wondrous and wonderful people can be. And in that same regard, just as we can take a knee to one another, we can be empathetic, compassionate, walk a mile in someone else's shoes, use emotional intelligence to think of someone other than yourself, and have a care factor about someone other than yourself. There are times in life when it's really appropriate to take a stand, to get up, stand up, take a stand. And one of the times that I find that is pretty universally appropriate is when someone is consistently disrespecting you, or being, a bully with you, or being abrasive towards you. The challenge with empathy and the challenge with emotional intelligence, and Heather's talked about it a bunch, is the concept called toxic femininity. If you have so much empathy and emotional intelligence that you tend to actually be outward focused, and you tend to really walk a mile in other people's shoes, you tend to consider how other people feel, you may, because of that empathy, literally feel others often. And when others suffer, you suffer their sufferings as well as your own. And because of that, you might become way more attentive to how others are feeling, and be sensitive to how they feel, and want to make sure that they feel good, even on an unconscious level, to keep yourself in a more regulated way, since you tend to be empathing and feeling everyone around you. And so when this occurs, what often results from it is that you stop being empathetic to yourself. So if somebody starts being ugly towards you, being rude towards you, being disrespectful, there's lots of ways to do that. You can ignore someone when they speak to you, ghost them. You can, there are all kinds of ways in the modern age that we can just be disrespectful, because it feels better for us to not have to respond than it does to be having any kind of care factor around the type of person we're being in relationship to others. It is an option here at our school. You can kind of opt out and go, I'm just going to be this way with people. Okay, you can be that way. However, it's really important that you stay centered in your own temple. How does it feel? Heather's spent decades now, specifically since I stepped on the shamanic path in an even richer and deeper way, paying attention to my heart. How does my heart feel? How does my heart feel when I engage with you? Does it feel pleasant? Do I feel respected? Do I feel that you are just as invested in hearing me and asking me questions as I am invested in hearing you and asking you questions? And am I playing my role of being attentive to someone other than myself as well in relationship to you, So when you're considering people being in the river of your life, there are people that will treat you like a wastebasket, that will treat you like absolute trash. There are people that will pour poison in your cup. There are people that are more than happy to stand on your throat and command from you and control you and cajole you and fill your vessel with all of their undeveloped qualities. Like being jealous is a human trait. Many people struggle with jealousy, but jealousy is not a healthy state. And a person being jealous is not your problem, it's their problem. And so there are many people in a relationship right now taking responsibility for their partner's jealousy. And they're hemming and hawing about everything they do because I don't want to get them jealous, even though they know they're being honorable people. It's been my experience pretty consistently that jealous people are usually cheaters. If you're constantly worried about people being untoward, it's because you watch yourself be untoward all the time. So you do not have to take someone else's undeveloped aspects of self and agree to respond in a specific way. Oh, well, he gets super crazy if I don't be obedient. And okay, well, here's an idea. You could say, I don't do super crazy. So you're being super crazy, in my opinion, which is a judgment. But that judgment feels present to me because this is way beyond any layer of escalation that I want to get involved with in this life. And so I don't do this. I'm not doing this. You can take it somewhere else. I can go somewhere else. You are sovereign, autonomous, competent, capable, powerful, talented, gifted, and you have a voice box for a reason. And that voice box is present for you to speak up for yourself. If you don't, no one's coming to speak up for you. There's no hero riding in to make sure that you live the life you want to live. There's no hero coming in to make sure that you prosper with your finances and that you take care of that. There's no hero coming in to make sure that you have joy. There's no hero coming in, you know what I mean? It's like you are the hero. You are the one. And so anything that's occurring in the river of your life with any entity, any human, be they family member, be they lover, be they friend, whoever they be, you always have the opportunity and the ability to be abundantly clear and honest. Oh, I don't do this. Oh, the experience that I'm having on the inside in this interaction is it's as if I'm a wastebasket and you're wanting to throw whatever it is you went through into my basket, your trauma. I'm sorry you had trauma. I have empathy for that. I've had trauma. I don't wish that for you, but I've had my own trauma to process, and I'm not here to just be a wastebasket to process your trauma. I got to deal with my own to get in a healed state. So maybe you would like therapy. Maybe you would like to get away from me. Maybe you'd like to lose my number. There's all kinds of different boundaries that you can set with an individual when they are being untoward with you. And there's layers of untoward, right? You know, and so usually when someone is consistently receiving untoward behavior, it's because they are not giving voice. If you consistently tell someone, this does not work for me and I will not do it, and every time you do it, I'm leaving the room. I will not be a part of this. This is not how I engage with life. And if it continues, we will disconnect and I'll go another direction. What is that person going to do if you do not give it fodder? A narcissist needs narcissistic supply. So, you know, they're trying to trigger you and push your buttons. So if you go and give them the supply, this one's full of snacks, you know what I mean? And you can also just, well, it sounds to me like the words you're using are words that would trigger or push a button in me, and I'm not doing push my buttons. That doesn't interest me at all. Actually, this type of interaction doesn't interest me. And so I'm going to keep observing, and if I keep observing this behavior, you can understand I will withdraw myself from the experience. I usually let two-leggeds be who they are, do what they do. I take a sample, as if I'm a scientist, of experience with them. And from the sample of experience, how does it feel? Do I feel cherished? Do I feel like I'm engaging with someone that cherishes me, that respects me, that honors me? What I know about myself is that every single two-legged that I engage with, I want to cherish, honor, and respect. I don't do a great job of it because I'm a human. And there are ways in which I'm caught up in my own trials, tribulations, evolutionary work. However, my aim always is to be very clear. And I've had many instances, even in my new job and relationships and friendships, where I've had to go back to two-leggeds and be like, I'm really sorry about this. Like in this instance, I was wrong and I apologize. Like I was escalated and, you know, and so we can always clean it up. You can always go into communication to clean it up, but you can also be prepared with any two-legged that you engage with, that you don't have to just fall into the gutter and let someone step on your neck because it is the offering that they're giving. You can always be like, oh, I don't lay down for people to step on my neck. That's what this energetically feels like. I stand up and I get louder and clearer if that's what needs to occur when we're pretending like we're going to bully me or mistreat me. No. We are not dealing with a docile little lamb when it comes to disrespecting me. We have boundaries called, I'm dealing with those entities in this lifetime that respect me. If you don't want to respect me, you're welcome to do that. I'm not the boss of you. I'm not here to change you. I'm not here to correct you. I'm not here to fix you. I'm not here to make you better. I don't ever want a lover that I'm trying to fix. I accept my lovers as is. If I can't accept them as is, I break up because this is an as is world. But what we can do is create space for ourselves when things are not healthy, when things are not caring, when things are not kind, when things are not respectful. The important thing to do is to make sure when you make a decision that someone is not for you in the garden of your life, is that really the truth of the wholeness of all that you experience with them? Like, it's important to not just be dramatic and throw everyone out of your life. But if you're certain that every time you're with this person you feel terrible, it's always okay to stand up for yourself. You can always subscribe to Rare Bird Medicine on YouTube, like and comment there. Heather Feather always loves your thoughts. I'm Moon.